Today I rode at Mount Bachelor in Bend, Oregon, and I had a ton of fun getting to ride the ski lift to the top and then ride all the way down the mountain. But enough with that, let's get into it. FTL, a green flow trail, was the first one I rode. It was a good trail to warm up on and get a feel for the trails here, and every shot in this video was my first time riding the trail, completely blind. I did end up riding a whole lot better later once I got used to them, but I didn't feel like getting my GoPro back out, so yeah. At the end of every run, you got to go down this super fun skills park with a couple pretty decent sized jumps. Then I tried the one on the left, which was a little bit bigger. Then back at the top of the mountain, I headed down a blue flow trail called Lava Flow, which was the only one open the day that I was there, but it was still tons of fun. Like I said, all these shots are me riding the trails completely blind, and I was kind of cutting the inside corner in some of these berms instead of coming from the outside in like you're supposed to, but I was just still getting used to it. I did go back later and I was riding them way better. Then I came to a section of trail where lava flow was closed, so I decided to go down another blue flow trail called Cone Run. Then I came to the spot where Cone Run was closed, so I went down a black tech trail called Rattlesnake. This trail doesn't look very steep on camera, but in person it was a whole lot steeper, so if it looks like I'm going slower, that would be why, which it's also a tech trail, so it's technical. And I was also riding all of it blind, like I've said, so I probably should have been going slower the whole time anyway. Then Rattlesnake came to an end, putting me on a blue tech trail called Blade Runner. At this point, I was back at the bottom of the mountain, so I went through the skills park again and headed back up to the top of the mountain to ride some of the trails that I missed on the way down. I rode back down Lava Flow, then on Cone Run for a second. After that, I hopped on another blue flow trail called Hanger. Then that came out onto lower lava flow, which was green and still a flow trail. This actually may have ended up being one of my favorite trails that I got to ride because there were jumps everywhere and they weren't super huge, but there were still tons of fun, and it was just overall a fun and flowy trail. After lower lava flow, I headed back up the smaller ski lift, which was where FTL was, the first trail I rode. They also had Swizzle Stick, another blue flow trail, and it was the last trail that day that was open that I had not ridden yet. So I headed into it. And that was literally the trail, so I went back down lower lava flow again, and I went back up the ski lifts tons and tons of more times. I just didn't have my GoPro with me, and I got good and used to the trails. It was probably the most fun I've ever had on a bike. I wish I could ride places like this all the time, but where I live, it's pretty flat. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed if you haven't. So, see ya!